Court is now in session regarding the contempt charges against Neko Blank brought forward by Harper Blank. Charges. I was only informed that there was one count of contempt. Something is clearly not right if suddenly I am facing multiple charges with no warning. Sir, you are served with the same paperwork I am looking at right now. Neither my attorney nor I were made aware of multiple charges. Could you please list the charges so I know what I am accused of? You are charged with breaking your current court order on multiple occasions. Listed are removing the children's files from their current therapist without agreement from the mother, removing the mother's contact information from the medical provider, harassing the other parent. You have also been accused of coaching the children against their mother. Does this clear things up for you? While I am now clear on the charges, I have to tell you that they are complete fabrications. I have done everything in the best interest of my children. If anyone is in contempt, it would be Harper for refusing to cooperate in mediation. As we both have equal custody, I am well within my rights to change medical providers at any time I see fit. I had attempted to discuss other practices with Harper multiple times, and she completely refused. The current office was not working. I completely deny any harassment or coaching on my part. In my opinion, it is a clear attempt of alienating me from my children. I am tired of these games. In all my years of sitting on the bench, never have I had a man as overconfident as you come into my courtroom and attempt to lie to my face. I am not the one playing games here. I have been fighting this entire time for custody of my babies and my attorney, and I have even drafted a parenting plan that Harper's attorney is in agreement with. The only holdup is Harper and her refusal to do the right thing for the children. Your Honor, this is completely untrue. I was willing to agree to a 50-50 custody schedule, as long as a home study was performed by the gal and passed. The gal has refused even that. The suggested plan that Neko has offered gives him sole custody of the children. As this case continues, I am beginning to see the malicious intent behind seemingly innocent actions. As it stands, I do not believe mediation is in the best interest of the parties any longer. I will be officially setting a date for this case to be heard. Please, Your Honor, we are close to agreement in mediation. Do not lie to me. There will never be an agreement between you two in mediation. And it is not in anyone's interest to continue playing these games. As for the charges brought against you today, I officially am finding you in contempt of court on multiple occasions. I am assigning you court costs and attorney's fees for the other party, which is on average near $800. Your Honor, this is absurd. I have done nothing wrong. My children need me to fight for them. I am also forcing through an order for a home study to be done as early as possible. You both will be hearing from the gal within the next few days to schedule a time for your study. This court is now dismissed. Hi Harper, my name is Sheila. I've been assigned as your new caseworker for the home study. I was hoping you would have time today for a quick sit-down meeting between the two of us so we can talk. Hi. I didn't realize we were going to get a new caseworker. Yes, I have time today. My schedule is extremely flexible. I am actually based out of the neighboring county, but there was a reported conflict of interest in regards to the current caseworker, so the judge reached out to me. I will be completing the home study and interviews with you, Neko, and then one with you and Neko together. Okay, do you need the children today? Just you for today, dear. I've looked over the case notes, and I believe that we have some things to discuss without young ears overhearing. It's nice to meet you in person, Harper. If you don't mind, we can go ahead and get started on our questions. I don't like to waste time, and I feel as though there has been a lot of time wasted in this case already. Of course, whatever you need to know. What is your ideal division of custody in this situation? Ideally? I mean, in a perfect world, I would always be with my children, and there would be no need for a divorce. But that isn't realistic. I am willing to settle on 50-50ths, as long as his home study is fine and you do not find anything concerning. So you trust him to have the children 50% of the time? No, not at all. But I have to look at this logically and not emotionally. I am just worried that he will not be able to put his anger for me aside to actually act in the children's best. Another major topic I am wanting to touch on is the reported promiscuity that the father claims the children have been exposed to. Is that okay with you? Yes, I have nothing to hide. I know that the children have not been exposed to anything of the sort in my home. There have been claims made that the children have seen you have multiple men in your home and have been exposed to inappropriate behaviors and noises at night. Also, that you have introduced them to multiple men that they should call dad. That is simply not true. My children have not met anyone, and I have not had anyone over while my children have been in the home. The only person who has been to my home while the children aren't home is my boyfriend, Eugene. How long have you two been dating? A few months now. I was wanted to wait until after 6 months before he meets the boys. Is Neko aware that you have entered a serious relationship? When I spoke to him, he made it clear that you were seeing multiple men. Which, there is nothing wrong with that as long as the children are not exposed. Yes, Neko is very well aware. He is so aware that he has been following Eugene to his job from my apartment every time he stays the night when the boys aren't with me. I am aware that my children will end up being watched by his family members, babysitter, or significant other when he is in possession of them due to the hours he works. But it does bother me that he is leaving them to stalk and harass my boyfriend. I was not aware of that. Do you happen to have any verification of that? I have multiple security recordings that Eugene sent me showing Neko sitting in the parking lot of his office. I would be happy to share those with you if you'd like. I see that you have a career in social work. As I'm sure you know, any allegation of Dr. 0 grams or alcohol use is taken seriously. I will be sending you to get a urine Dr. 0 grams test due to the allegations made by the other party during their interview. Have you had a history of Dr. 0 grams usage? No, not at all. I am more than willing to submit to a Dr. 0 grams test. I am also able to give you all previous testing I have done for work. We have to submit to random screenings throughout the year. That would be wonderful. Since I have completed an individual interview with you and Neko, I will be scheduling a visit with the children at each house. The joint interview will follow that. I am willing and available whenever you need me. Thank you for taking my case seriously. No need to thank me for doing my job. Hi, Harper. I wanted to check in and see how your meeting with the caseworker went. I think it went well. It's hard to tell, but I was able to show proof to everything I claimed, and I didn't talk down about him like you told me not to. That's good to hear. We do have some news. Neko has filed a motion to reschedule our court date, and the judge accepted. So we are pushed back. Neko filed? Why didn't his attorney? According to his motion, he is seeking new legal counsel. But according to the email I received from his previous attorney, he dropped Neko as a client due to a breach in their morality and ethics clause that all clients must follow. With that on his file, he will be hard-pressed to find an attorney to represent him. Hi, boys. My name is Sheila, and I have some questions to ask you about your mom and dad. Is that okay? Is this about the divorce? Dad said we would have to talk to someone about the divorce soon. I am just wanting to ask you what your favorite thing is about your mom and dad. My favorite thing about my dad is that he always keeps us safe. We are always safe with him. He never does anything that could put us in danger. He always does the right thing. And what about your mom? I love my mom. She is very nice, but she doesn't keep us safe. She does lots of things that put us in danger. My dad said that one time my little brother caught our mom with no clothes on with a strange man who isn't Dad. That's not safe. Was that when you lived together? No, it was after that, when Mom got the apartment. Oh, okay. So how did he know your 3-year-old brother saw this if he didn't live there? I don't know. But my dad said he did, so he must have. My dad never lies. My mom does, though. And what about you, Middle? What do you like about your mom and dad? I love my mom. She is really nice, but she makes bad choices. I know she smokes cigarettes, and my dad said that people who smoke also do bad Dr. 0 grams seconds. It scares me that she does bad Dr. 0 grams seconds and makes bad choices. But Dad said he will always keep us safe. He taught me a secret code, so I know he is there to save us. A secret code? That sounds really cool. Can you tell me more about it? Yeah, it's so cool. It's like we're spies. Dad taught me a special knock that he does on the door at Mom's apartment so that we know it's him. And then we let him in so he can look around and make sure we are safe. He checks on us all the time. Does he do that a lot? He comes and checks on us a bunch when we are with our mom because he worries so much. He always worries. And he always checks Mom's bedroom when she's asleep to make sure there isn't a strange man there. It makes us feel safe. But we aren't supposed to tell anyone that. Mom would be mad if she knew Dad didn't trust her, so you can't tell her. If she gets mad, she might do something bad. Hello, Neko. Hello, Harper. I won't keep you too very long today. I am just wanted to be able to sit down with you both and get a feel for what each of you are wanting out of this divorce and custody case. I have been very clear on what I have wanted this entire time. I want my children safe and in a stable environment. It has been made very clear by the boys that Harper cannot provide that for them. Can you explain the concerns you have for the children's safety? I don't know why I have to continue to repeat these issues. I've told you multiple times, and the boys told me they told you as well. The fact that I have to remind you of the issues makes me think that you do not know what you're doing. I assure you that I know what I'm doing. I am very good at what I do. So please, can we go over your concerns so that we can clear up any misconceptions? As I've stated numerous times, I am concerned due to Harper's poor choices that she has made involving the children. She chooses to indulge in alcohol, Dr. 0 grams seconds, and dangerous sexual behaviors while the children are present. This is unacceptable. Well, I may be able to help clear this up for you. According to the Dr. 0 grams urine tests Harper has willingly taken at random, she is clean of all Dr. 0 grams seconds and has not had any alcohol show up either. I understand the concern you have, but Harper is not on Dr. 0 grams seconds or misusing alcohol. She is. She clearly is cheating your testing somehow. I would not be surprised if she is testing with someone else's urine. You do not know Harper like I do, and you can't test for sexual immortality. No, we cannot test for that. But you would be hard-pressed to prove that. As I see it, there is no proof that the children have been exposed to anything of the sort. My children have told me what they have been exposed to. You should always believe you children. Do you not believe what they told you? Oh, I know they told me their truths. But in family court, a judge is not willing to take children from a competent adult when there is no proof of neglect or danger. My wife has always had an issue with sexual immorality. She has cheated on me multiple times and even had a child with another man. I have no doubts that what my children have told me is true. Neko, I never cheated on you. I was raped. There is documentation of you acknowledging this. Harper, does Neko have permission to address the topic of your assault today? No. I understand that an assault can cause issues in a relationship due to the trauma, but he uses it as a way to claim I was unfaithful. You can't tell me I can't discuss the rape. You are my wife, and you were my wife when it happened. Just because it physically happened to you does not mean that it didn't cause trauma for me as well. It wasn't just you that was affected. Her assault has nothing to do with her ability to parent the children, nor does it show a character flaw. In fact, I have seen that Harper has been in therapy multiple times throughout the years after the assault took place. Have you been to therapy to discuss your trauma? No. Then you have no right to claim her trauma as your own. We will not be discussing the assault. If you are going to refuse to allow me to speak about issues pertaining to our relationship and children, why are we here? Harper's assault does not affect this divorce or custody battle. I am not a counselor. I am here to discuss items pertaining to the case. Then I see no reason to continue this session. Harper, I will contact your attorney to settle with your offer of 50/50 custody. She will hear from me soon. Neko, we will be settling this in court. The offer is not on the table. Don't be ridiculous. You have wanted 50/50 the entire time, and I am willing to give this to you just to be done with the games. We can always revisit at a later date if need be. Let your attorney know I will be calling. After completing my investigation into the homes of both parents and completing interviews with the mother, father, and two older children, I am in my belief to give a final recommendation for the custody of the children. The information that I collected has helped me determine that at this time Harper is the best suited to meet the needs of the 3 children. If there is a time in the future in which Neko can honestly address his concerning behaviors, keep the children out of adult business, and contribute to a healthy and civil co-parenting dynamic, then there can be discussion of an increase of his parenting time. It is my recommendation that Harper has full custody with sole decision-making and the ability to move anywhere within the state if she so chooses. I recommend Neko be allowed every other weekend visits. It is my recommendation that Neko complete battery treatment counseling due to his previous abuses towards Harper.